Yeah, hello everybody. Welcome back to the CSL. This is game 2 between Brainling and Princesscake. Brainling spawning as the purple Protoss in the bottom left, and Princesscake, the random player, spawning as Zerg in the top right. Joining me today is actually one of our players. He's casting from the past. This is Brainling. How are you doing, Brainling?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm very good. Just asked that question 4 seconds ago. That's okay for game 1. Game 1 actually ended up being a very quick PvP. Brainling demonstrated that he in fact knows his race better than a random person of the same skill level. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Well done. It looks like...
I think.
No, that was a compliment. It was a little backhanded, but it was a compliment. Okay, good. So, yeah, so... What is your strategy? What was your mindset going in here playing a random person? I mean, once you see the drone giving away the fact that he is indeed Zerg, but what was your mindset tackling a random person here in this tournament?
You know, my mindset going into it was to play safe builds pretty much every time because you just never know when a random player is just going to decide to do their best cheese for whatever race they're playing.
Yeah. No.
So my thought process was no FFEs, no one gate expands. While those are great builds and they're builds I enjoy, they're not always great when you're playing a random player just because there's so much unknown. So I went for the very safe, wall off the front, build a zealot, figure out where to go from there sort of build every time.
Every time?
Every time.
Oh, well, we won't have spoilers for the future, but awesome. Well, that's good. And so you caught Zerg immediately here, which is great. How did your game plan change once you saw that drone come by at 9?
Honestly, my initial thought, at this point was I'm up a game. I think I can beat this particular player in a flat macro game. Generally, random players don't do as well in macro games as non-random players.
Mm-hmm.
And so my thought process was I've got a game to play with. Let's just see if we can end it here. So I sort of go into the Zerg version of the 4-gate, which is the Sentry Zealot 4-gate.
Yep, that's a very powerful push. Looks like your opponent, Princesscake, actually went 15 hatch, uncontested. How did you feel about that?
Well, when I first saw that, my initial thought was, woohoo, here comes the 4-gate Sentry Zealot push. I'm going to crush that expansion.
Alright. Well, we'll see what happens here in a second. Looks like you're throwing down your second gate and your second gas. Indeed, going Sentry Zealot expand, or Sentry Zealot 4-gate. Because you really have no reason to lie casting yourself. Gas going down for Princesscake. Hopefully you put guys in there in a second. I believe Princesscake is a guy, right?
Yes, Princesscake is a guy. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Why the hell do you pick that name? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Well, fair enough. And I should also mention this is game 2. I already did say that for this the Curvy Star Team League. So I believe Princesscake got to choose a map veto, right?
He chose not to veto, actually. When we chose our map vetoes, he chose not to veto. I vetoed Daybreak, and he chose not to veto.
Okay, so we have this map, Core Hall Compound LE. It's a fresh ladder map. Actually, yeah, that's kind of neat. You got this in here. And then what was the last map, if it happens to go down to a third? Then since
it was loser choose.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. So the loser would be choosing, and the loser would have to be you in that particular case. Ling's outside your base right now, 4 of them. They're going to be doing a little bit of the poke seeing what's going on.
It doesn't worry me at all. I got a Sentry and a Zealot. That's pretty much dead Zerglings.
Yeah, that wasn't... Yeah. Okay, anyways. So looks like 4-gate's finally going down.
Yeah, and this 4-gate, I'm going to be 100% honest, was not nearly as crisp. There was some dead time here. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 in-game seconds.
The problem is that I really didn't go into this game planning to 4-gate. On Corehound, on this particular map, 4-gate is not particularly strong. It's a big map. So it takes a while to get across to the other side with Zealots and Sentries. So I sort of changed to the 4-gate really mid-thought stream, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I think the only problem is I don't see a Proxy pylon anywhere.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to that part yet.
Yeah, that's.
And here I go right now.
Oh, this is good. So we got 36 sentries, 1 zealot, and 3 roaches coming.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're gonna spot the roaches first, which is good.
I do spot the roaches.
And the sentries are going to go in the other direction. Nope, you're going to go after it. Excellent. 4 zealots coming down.
Note the reaction time of a Silver League player.
Hey, you reacted. That's good. Looks like we're going to pinch these 3 roaches in, which is going to be good. Snipe on the probe. Nice fat block on those roaches, doing minimal damage to the sentries. And the zealots clean up. Very good. Very good. Looks like Princesscake's going to be sending back some of his forces. 2 spines at his base. Should be somewhat adequately defended. You taking another probe with you over? Oh no, Brainling, where's your other probe?
Yeah, this is a mistake I made right here. I lost the first probe and didn't realize it till I was all the way over there and going, yes, it's time to push. No, I don't have a probe.
Oh god. That's okay, dude. That's okay. That's a lot of sentries. That's a couple of zealots. Sentries are okay. Note that Princess actually took a hit in 3rd, whereas 4th normally would be. Very sneaky move. And I'm guessing that's going to pay off in a second as the roaches mercilessly snipe all those sentries. So Princess should be able to defend this, given that there's no proxy pylon to reinforce. Oh, here comes the probe. Go probe.
Look, he's a union worker, and he was on lunch, and you know how that goes.
Yeah, the rest of the team is just leaving that probe. This reminds me, the power pole outside my my house where I take the train was out, and so they had to get the boss to go and do whatever to it, and like all his worker colleagues were making fun of him climbing the pole because apparently he never actually does any work. That was just like that probe there, except the probe got murdered.
Yeah, and I actually pull off the 4-gate here, you'll notice. When I got to his base and realized I wasn't going to be able to push through, I was like, okay, I'm not going to throw away all these sentries and zealots.
Very wise move. Speed halfway done for Princesscake. Also getting a layer 75% here. Criminally under-droned is how I like putting it. But overall, the Harvester counts about even. Oh, there you go. There's a drone pump. Now he's ahead by 8.
Yeah, obviously I had cut probes to go 4-gate and then started building them again when I realized I wasn't going to 4-gate after all.
Indeed. Looks like Princesscake is holding the shit out of that watchtower, so to speak. That's his entire army. And so it looks like we're going to enter a little bit of passivity here while Princess gets up his 3rd at the hidden 4th location. Looks like everything's pretty standard right now. Layer's gone down. We'll see what tech he decides to go after that. Looks like you're going to be doing the pretty standard, oh, I screwed up my 4-gate. Time to pretend that didn't happen and just 3-gate expand.
Yeah, exactly. 3-gate expand with an extra gate.
Yeah, and actually with that sentry count, you'll be perfectly safe against anything. It's kind of weird that I have to say that in the past,
as well.
So.
Yeah, that was my thought process. With that many sentries, I could have sentried off, I could have force fielded off that entire choke, if that's what you want to call that. It's an awful big choke.
Yeah. But looks like Princesscake's kind of maneuvering over to the west or east side of the map, rather. Maybe he's gonna be setting up for a flank on your 3rd.
And he's got a changeling in my base, and it's kind of funny. I noticed it was a changeling when I saw a zealot running around my base, and I went, "Wait a minute! I didn't have a zealot up there."
That's weird. I patrol funny. Oh, that's cute. You made like a little... Did you intend to make that pattern with your pylons?
I did not, but it ended up looking pretty cool when I was done.
This is the problem. Whenever I play Protoss, when I random in team games, I always spend an excessive amount of time placing things so they look pretty. Even though there's like crap attacking my army or like my base is getting sieged or something. It's not the best use of my time. Wow, you really let that changeling go.
Yeah, you know, I noticed him right about now, I think. I'm going to walk up and kill him here in a second.
Yep, there goes the stalker.
Yeah,
and
there
pow!
I go.
Oh, God. That thing's gross when it dies. Oh, hi, Nidus. I didn't see that.
Yeah, and I didn't notice it. You know...
Oh, God, no! Brainling! Brainling!
Nidus is my bane. I cannot stand the Nidus worm. It requires me to pay attention to too many things, and as a silver player, I only have so much attention to go around.
Well, good news is that you have the army to deal with this. Okay, whoa, calm down, Charlie. That was a lot of force field. But yeah, even though bad thing about Nice is that everything comes out single flying, like a bunch of Jawas, and so at best he's going to be able to get. Is he going to be able to get down your Nexus? Oh, this is close, 50%. Oh,
Yeah,
he's
it's
gonna
close.
get down.
Am I going to be able to fight it off?
Nope.
No.
That's alright, you didn't need that energy on that Nexus anyways. Psh. And so it looks like, oh, at least Roach is going to be able to get out too. That'd be kind of tragic. Oh, nope, never mind. Force fields. And you clean up. Well done.
Yeah, at this point I was like, look, your roaches aren't getting away, buddy. It's not happening.
Well, that's good. That's good. One Zerg army for half of your resources. Yeah. So that hurt quite a bit. Looks like Prince is just going to be massing up, throwing down an infestation pit to follow up, checking the drone counts. Things have not changed, as is kind of how Silver League games go, but that's okay. Looks like you're going to be doing... So what's going through your mind right now, Brainling?
I'm in trouble. That's the number one thought in my mind. Now, at this point, I did not realize he had 4 bases at this point. That was not, well in my game plan. I thought he was on 3, and I thought, well, okay, I can come out of this relatively well. 2-base Protoss can beat a 3-base Zerg. So, my thought process at this point was also I gotta go. I gotta go do something to him. I gotta, sock him in the mouth because he just socked me in the mouth, and if I don't hit him back.
Yes. Let's just liken this to beating each other up. It looks like, oh, this is where you find the 4th. You weren't expecting this base here, huh?
No, I wasn't. But when I found it, and he had it completely undefended, and gave me some free roaches on the outset there. I thought, okay, now I can get myself back. And I think, okay, he's got a 4th, but it's not even close to saturate. I didn't notice the queen up in the corner at the time, though. I see it now.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's awesome, and it looks like you're going to be going down to the 3rd, and oh, what a sigh of relief it must be when you don't see a 3rd there.
Yeah, I was actually really excited when I was like, oh, sweet, he hadn't taken the 3rd yet. Awesome, okay, we're still even, I'm okay.
Yeah, you're actually, minus the dronitis. Nice. That's Gosu, sir. Silver League, indeed. Look at that mini-map awareness for those stalkers. They're so proud of themselves.
Yeah, I was ready for it that time. I was like, okay, these stalkers aren't leaving. They're going to stay right here.
Looks like he attempted to poke with his roaches. Got denied. Looks like you're a sentry, a stalker. Oh, no, everyone else is going to get killed to knock that out. Excellent. So Nice is going down. And, man. 31 roaches, though. That's a lot of roaches.
Yeah, and I was like, at this point, it's kind of it's a mixed bag, right? In my head, I'm going, sweet, no more Nidus worms. And then I saw those roaches and went, oh, no.
And actually, this is a very wise move on your part, getting the hell out of Dodge before you lose, what is that? 1,000 gas? So great. It looks like he has other ideas, though. He's poking around with those roaches, but you do have vision with the observers. That's good. Checking drone counts. Looks like Princess actually droned up a little bit more. He's up to 42 workers here at the 18-minute mark. You have a bit more of an excuse because you did lose your main, but you're at 35, so respectable so far. Looks like you're getting Blink, 5 gates, and a Robo Bay. So it looks like you'll be transitioning to standard 2-base Colossus play.
Yep, and of course I'm building Immortals here because I saw those roaches, and as we know, two Immortals will kill like infinity roaches.
This is true. It's complete bullshit. I can attest to that. Looks like Princesscake in response is going to be throwing down that infestation pit. Looks like he hasn't actually produced any infestors yet. He's even getting a Spire instead. A decent choice when faced with the Robotech. Double Evo chamber to get those upgrades, and an in-base hatch to supplement his roach production, I guess.
Now, he has not scouted my Robo Bay at this point, so him going Spire is actually just game sense on his part, so that was actually a pretty good choice.
No, it's not really game sense. I mean, whenever you see a Robo, you know that your opponent's committing to something to ground and not air, so the Spire is basically free. Doing this kind of Roachling aggression into Spire is actually a very this is a standard gameplay, or standard ZVP type play. So no, he's just going standard on you, that's all. He's got a big army. He's got a 50 food lead over you. This is actually kind of looking a little bit scary if he decides to push here. First Colossus coming out for you at 75%. Actually, once you get that out, you should probably be safe. But this is going to be kind of the interesting time in ZVP where the Zerg really wants to trade armies with you right now before the Colossi count gets scary. It looks like he's setting up for the attack.
Yeah.
+1.
Not only before the...
Yep, good.
Not only before the Colossus count gets scary, but before I get 2/2+ on those Colossus. Because once I get 2 attack power on Colossus, they just start ripping up anything on the ground.
Indeed. Here comes a big engagement. It looks like he's going to try to artificially wall himself off with that middle barrier there. Oh, burrow. A little bit of a scary thought. Do you have an observer in that army? No observer.
I do not.
Oh, sad panda.
Was killed, I believe, earlier in the game. He saw the wavies above his base and brought an overseer over.
Yeah, looks like you have the overseer that was scouting the north barely gets out with 6 health. Gonna be going back home to assist with your army. 2 more hatches going down for Princess. 1 more macro hatch and a proper third this time. 180 to 140 food right now.
Actually, you know where my observer is actually was up by his overlords. If you see at the north, he has an overlord pack. There's probably, what, 10 of them or 11 up there?
Yeah.
And you'll notice I built a Stargate in my base. I specifically built that Stargate to build a Phoenix to go kill those overlords. That was the whole point in building that Stargate.
That's good, responding to little holes in play. Looks like we're going to have an engagement to the north here. For some reason, 180 supply worth of roaches is afraid of a 130 supply army from Protoss. But you do a good job of force fielding and forcing a burrow. Oh, that poor zealot. Thought he could get away with it. Looks like you're just posturing, which is pretty good here. Third going up for Princesscake. Markedly in the lead, both in food and in terms of... Well, I was going to say markedly ahead in terms of economy and tech. He's got his hive up. Looks like he's going to go Ultralisk off of 35 drones and 2 bases. That's okay. Looks like his roaches are actually pretty beefy right now. Check the upgrades. Looks like you have 1-1. Roaches are also at 1-1 too, so no upgrade advantage right now. Looks like you're going to be hunting for your third finally, which is good. So yeah, what are you thinking at this point in the game?
That I'm behind. That I'm very, very behind. That I need to go. That I need to go take a base. Honestly, I should have double expanded out of this.
Yeah, you're floating 2,000 minerals. I just noticed.
Yeah, and I'm in a mental state here. You got to understand the mental state of a silver player. You know, we get to these points sometimes in these games where it's not that we're incapable of executing, it's that we just don't know what to execute. It's like, well, what do I do at this point? You know, I'm building Colossus, fine. I can drop a bunch of gateways, great. I know I need to get a third, okay, let me do that. But you know, at any time, this gigantic swarm of roaches could come flooding in and destroy, because you're behind. Even as a Silver League player, I knew I was behind at this point.
Yeah. Really, the difference in play for a lot. God, that Phoenix, Hero Phoenix, doing its best to get one Overlord.
I tried so hard to get that Overlord. No, I built that Phoenix. I was like, yes, I'm gonna go harass those Overlords. I thought it was smart at the time. It ended up not being as smart as I thought it was.
That's okay. That's just that's okay. Big roach ball in the middle. You guys are actually posturing pretty well in the middle. This is actually what you want to do just to keep things fresh. Oh, crap. Little engagement there. 1 Colossus getting down to about 25% health, but he's okay right now. 3 Overlords deciding to scout. They've had enough of the scouting. They're just going to go back home now. Very slowly.
Yeah, and at this point, I'm in purely defend my third until it's up and going mode. That's really kind of my mindset here.
Yeah, ironically, I wouldn't actually even characterize your position as behind right now. You're actually ahead of the probe count. You caught up in food, and he's producing Ultralisks, which are a mistake, generally speaking. So, you're doing okay, I would say. Looks like you're going to be coming up here on the north to go ahead and clear out some creep tumors. Deny that vision. Force the roaches to appear somewhere. It's actually pretty good. He could have counterattacked your third and completely decimated it, but looks like you're going to be pushing up here. Ooh, boy. Roach is coming in from the east. Looks like you're going to get yourself in a little bit of a titsy here. Roach is coming in from behind. Can you get some force fields? Oh no, that was a big A move. You like moved your... Oh no.
Yeah, that's where I lost the game, right there.
Whoa, Brainling.
Yeah, if I had just force fielded off and put my Colossus in the back here, he would have went zwink zwink and killed almost everything sitting there.
Oh wow. Yeah, that was... Yeah, I mean, like...
There's the force field, just a little bit late.
And ironically enough...
And ironically, I almost cleaned up this army. With just these 2 Colossus and an Immortal and a bunch of force fields, I think I do actually clean it up.
Wow, that's incredible. I mean, like, you had almost...
And then the Ultralisks hit.
Yeah. That's okay, Ultralisks aren't that good against sentries. Well, anyways.
Sentries had no energy.
That's okay. Looks like you're actually... Oh, you're behind in the food camp by 40. Mostly because of the Ultralisk Remax, I think, that's incoming. Checking the production tab. 6 Ultralisks in production. Looks like he's going to be setting up for the counterattack. Yeah, you kind of moved your army into that little alcove so that he could get the perfect flank, or perfect concave on you. That was very generous of you. You're a generous man.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, if I had moved, somewhere over... Well, I can't figure out how to ping. But anyways, if I had moved... over to where this base is here, where my observer is floating casually, I probably would have been okay.
Yeah, you would have. Looks like the Ultralisks are going to be coming in. We're going to see how bad Ultralisks are. If these were Brood Lords, the game would have ended. But, yeah, they're going to be going in here chewing stuff up. I don't think there's much you can do in here. I think we're going to GG in a few seconds.
Yeah, I sense a GG coming.
Who knows? Maybe you'll drag it out for another 30 minutes. Are you that kind of person, Brainling?
No, I'm not actually.
Okay. It looks like Ultralisks start coming in here, cleaning up the mirror line, and there's a GG from Brainling. So, Princesscake takes game number 2, bringing the series to the rubber match to decide who takes the set. So, any last thoughts, Brainling?
If nothing else, I would love for newer players to take from that game that even improving something as simple as your army control. If I had simply controlled my army there at the end, I likely would have cleaned up his entire army and walked through his expansions. And just that mistake lost me that game. So if players can take anything from that, it's that sometimes one misposition of your army is all it takes to get beaten.
Indeed, sir. All right, and looks like we're going to be jumping to Game 3 shortly. Thank you very much, Brainling, and we'll be back in a bit.